these, how many do you think will be in this tower? We've kind of talked about it. Ashley? 10. That's our magic number. We love 10. And we say, let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And remember, we also use our 10 frame. Who remembers our 10 frame? And we use our 10 frame. And how many are in a 10 frame? 10. I kind of gave it away, didn't I? I said 10 frame. And we know that there are 10 on the 10 frame. So do I have to count the 10 every single time I look at the 10 frame? Do I need to count how many squares there are? No, there are always 10 squares on the 10 frame, aren't there? Always 10. I don't need to count them, do I? Because it's always a 10 frame. Do I call it a 9 frame? Do I call it a 2 frame? What do I call it? A 10 frame. So if I put some discs on the 10 frame and I fill it up, and I'm putting some discs, remember these are my magnets. How many do you think I have now? 5. Why would you say 5, Caitlin? Okay, so I filled up the top row, and the bottom row, she said, is empty. What did she say, William? She said
the top row is good, but the bottom row is not.
That's right. And she noticed that the top row has the same amount of squares as the bottom row. So if this is 5, this must be 5. Because we know the double stack. 5 plus 5 equals what, class? 10. Very good. So I'm going to add some more magnets. I'm going to keep going. I'll get some more out of my bag. They're kind of stuck together because they're magnets. I know I love magnets. Now when I look at my 10 frame and it's got all the magnets on it, how many are on my 10 frame, Jane? How many do you see? 10. 10. Why did you say there are 10 on here?
Because 5 plus 5 is 10.
Because 5 plus 5 is 10. Very good. Did anyone have another thought about why you know there are 10, Matthew?
Because it's the 10 frame, and all the squares are 10.
So all the squares are filled, and it makes a 10 frame, doesn't it? Did everyone hear what Matthew said? He said he knew there were 10 on here. Why, Victoria?
Because 5 plus 5 is 10.
Right, and all of the squares have a disc on them, don't they? So did you think that in your brain? Did you see it like Matthew saw it? Can we tell Matthew that I saw it like you saw it, Matthew? Thank you. That was great, and I love that Caitlin said 5 plus 5 is 10. That's another way to see it. I saw it like she saw it. Now, what would happen if I had a 10 frame and I took off 1 and I laid it down over here? Thank you. Friends, come join us and have a seat. We're practicing subtraction this morning. So what happens when I take off 1? Think about it. Think about it, then let's chat it out a little bit. So how many do you see on here, Lily, now that I took 1 away?
9.
9. How come you knew it was 9 without counting like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Because you took off 1, and there's 5 up there, and 4 down there.
So you just automatically knew that 5 plus 4 was 9. Very good. What's another way I could have known that I had 9, Gabriel?
Because if you took 1 away and 1, I don't know.
Well, I took 1 away, didn't I? I think you're on the right track. So I had 10, 1 went away, and I know if I have 10 on my number line, and I hop back 1, I take 1 away, I have 9. 1 less than is 9.
Yeah.
Very good. Kaya, what if Mrs. Yari took off 2 discs? How many do you see on the 10 frame? 8. Now, Kaya didn't count by ones. She said she saw 10, 2 went away, and she knows that I now have 8. I noticed, Kaya, you didn't count them by ones. How did you know that?
Because if you take 2 off, you just count backwards.
So you just count backwards?
And then you know you have 8.
Very good. So she said I started with 10. I took off 1, and I counted backwards. I had 9. I took off 1 more. I counted backwards 1 more, and I have 8. That's a great way to see it. Did anyone else see it like Kaya saw it? Show me that you saw it like she saw it. I saw it like she saw it. Very good, Kaya. Thank you. So when we talk about subtraction, we can use our 10 frame. We can also use our cubes. If I take some away, if I have, we said this was a tower of 10, and I took away 1 went away. Mrs. Yari's going to hide it right back here. How many do you think I have now? How many do you think I have now? Precise, if I had 10 and I took away 1, how many would I have left?
9.
Very good, very good. So she said, you have 9 because you had 10, you took 1 away, and I know that 10 take away 1 equals 9. Very good. What if I put the 1 back on? I'm going to add it back together. So if I take away or subtract 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lane, how many do I have left if I have 10 and I take away 9? Very good. I have 1 lonely cube left. Poor little cube. Do you think he's missing his cube friends?
Yeah.
I'm going to put those back on. So I have 1. I'm going to add 9. Now I have what? 10. William, are you thinking what I'm thinking? That adding and subtracting kind of go together? They kind of do, don't they? I saw his face. He was looking at Mrs. Yari like, I kind of am thinking that you took something away and you added something at the same time. So we're going to talk a little bit more about subtraction today, but we have some friends to help us with subtraction. So check your desk. I want everyone to make sure all jackets are off their desk, all pencils are off their desk. We don't need anything on our desk because we need to make room for our activity.